In this video I'm going to show you how to download the PlayStation 4 software update files and the fresh installation files as well, which we can find on Sony's website. Sorry about the sound in this video, guys. I will do a newer version later on with a better microphone, but for now let's get going. So you've got your USB stick. If you haven't got the memory stick, you can follow the link on the website, which will take you to Amazon. I would recommend an 8 gig or a 16 gig, something like that, but don't go any less than 8 gig to do this kind of job. And once you've got your USB stick, the first thing to do is put it into the computer, and Windows 10 should automatically recognise the USB stick. And if you just take a look over here, this USB drive D is the USB stick, and the first thing to do, I think, is to right click onto it, and I would then click on Format, and then click on Start, and then what this will do is it will format the disk for us. Make sure this says FAT32 up here, because that's the format that we need for the PlayStation. Okay, so we're going to click on OK here. It's going to format the stick for us. Only takes a second. There we go. Right, so the USB stick is now formatted, clean, and ready to go. So the next thing we need to do is head over to Sony's website. So if you go to Google and then then type in PlayStation 4 software update. Okay, enter. And you want the Sony logo. Right. We've got two files here. We've got the update file, system software update. So if your console is asking you to do an offline update, you switch the machine on and a message comes up on the screen to do the latest update. This file should do the job for that. If you're reinstalling the software, say for example if you are upgrading your hard drive to a new hard drive, then this reinstallation software file is the one you want to go for. Very often I tend to use this software reinstallation file for all jobs, even if it's just a simple upgrade the software. This tends to do that. I sometimes find that this file over here can sometimes cause problems, and this one, the reinstallation file, the fresh install, this seems to just do it just seems to repair the console for in all situations. But if you're struggling with one of them, try both of them. That's my advice to you. So what we're going to do is we're going to click onto the file here, and then it's going to download the file. It's going to take a few minutes, so we'll come back when that's finished. While we're waiting for the file to download, which is over here, it says we've got a few minutes left, so we'll just leave that until it's completed the download. I'm just going to show you what you need to do to prepare your USB stick so that we can use it. So I'm just going to minimise this. I'm going to go to the File Explorer down here, and we're going to select the USB stick over here, which at the moment is empty, as you can see. What we need to do, we need to add a couple of folders onto this USB stick so that we can put the software file onto. So what I'm going to do is we're going to create a new folder. So click on new folder, and when that appears here, we want to type in PS4. It's got to be in capital letters, guys. So P and the S have got to be capital letters. PS4. Enter. That's created that folder. Now what we want to do is we need to create another folder, and we want to call this one Update in capital letters. Enter. Okay. So we've got the two folders there. When the file has been downloaded, which should be any minute now, we're going to put that onto here as well. So we've got the two folders and the file, and then what we're going to do is we're going to put the file and this update folder, and we're going to push them into this PS4 folder here. So we'll come back and do that as soon as this is finished downloading here. Okay guys, now the file is downloaded. We can see that this file here is now ready to be used. So if we just click over to the, actually just going to close this down. If we just go over to the File Explorer, what we want to do is we want to put the file into here. So if I just go to Downloads up here, it will show that this PS4 file is in the downloads, and we want to get that into the USB stick. What we could do is we could drag it down there and put it into Update there, or you can right click onto it. You can copy and then go over to the USB stick here, right click and then click on Paste, and that will now put the PS4 file onto the USB stick here, and then once it's on we can then reorganize. We just need to rejig to make sure this is correct, so that the console can recognize the file. We'll come back to that in a couple of seconds. Right, so the PlayStation 4 file has now downloaded onto our USB stick. Here it is. So we've got the PS4 folder which we've created, the update folder which we've created, the PS4 file here. What we need to do is we're going to put this PS4 file into the update folder. So left click onto it and just drag it and just let go, and it will put it into the update file. Now what we want to do is we want to put the update folder into the PS4 folder. So left click onto it, drag it up to PS4 and let go, and it's now put it into there. Let's just double check. We're just going to double click onto this folder here, and there we go, and double click onto there. We've now got it in the correct order. You want it to be, let's just go back a second. We want the PS4 folder as the root folder. Then we want the update folder, and inside that we want the PS4 update file. That is now ready to use on your console. So once that's done, you can safely take the USB stick out of your computer, and then we can move on to the video where I'm going to show you how to use the update file. If you wanted to update your PlayStation 4, the software update, if the console's asking you to, or if there's any kind of software related issue, some sort of software error of some sort, you can use this USB stick update. Or if you're upgrading your hard drive to a new hard drive, this installation will also put the operating system onto the PlayStation 4 for you.